Capricorn, it's Aces week, baby. What's up? Let's talk about it. As you see on the board are the Aces. Ace of Sword, Wand, Cup, and Pentacle. So let's go over Aces real quick in Tarot and what they mean so we're on the same page. Typically when we see Aces in Tarot, we're, oh wow, new opportunity, cool. It's coming towards us or we're creating it. Awesome. The second type is actually the most common. That's the renewed ace, the stuff we already have in play, or those opportunities we already have in play, and we keep them going, ideally because they work for us. And if they don't, we want to know that. That way we might clear that out and make space for new. You see what I'm saying? So I should see a healthy mix of both new as well as renewed, and then sometimes, well, often, one plays into the other. It can create a domino effect. It's cool stuff. Let's talk about it. We're going to start with that Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Any brand new truths, therefore actions, or reoccurring truths, and therefore reoccurring actions. The Aces week, they're technically bonus videos for this round, so they're going to be short. As of right now, I'm on vacation. So I had to make the space to make sure that this week was covered. So I decided let's go ahead and do bonus videos for everybody. So they're technically shorter, but we'll get some good stuff out of it, yeah? Besides, I always recommend an Aces check when you enter a new season or the new year. So in the Northern Hemisphere, we entered summer officially not too long ago, and therefore in the Southern Hemisphere, the winter season. Regardless, it's all good. Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords, please. Let's see that Ace of Swords. Let's see that Ace of Swords. Let's see that Ace of Swords. For Capricorn. Oh, which reminds me. Fire did great. Your Earth cousins, Taurus and Virgo. I was like, oh, they showed me some intense stuff. Well, good, but it was intense. Your power card came up a couple of times. So FYI, if you have some strong Taurus and or Virgo in your chart, check those out. You came up a couple of times, but both in their pro value. So that's good. Coming across as intense and persistent. Ace of Swords. Show me the Ace of Swords. Now, for those of you who are not familiar overly so with tarot, the devil doesn't automatically mean bad, just like death doesn't automatically mean bad. It depends on context and surrounding situation. I know you probably know this because it is your power card indeed. You should be familiar with your own pros, yeah? But just in case, there are some Capricorns who really don't know. Ace of Swords. In fact, while I'm at it, while I'm thinking about it, knock it out in the comments. What are the pros to being Capricorn? Okay, how have you learned to interpret the devil over the years? Yeah, share what you know. It helps. Let's see the Ace of Swords. Show me the Ace of Swords. Show me the Ace of Swords. Show me the Ace of Swords. Let's see the Ace of Swords. Judgment, strength, Four of Cups. I see you recognizing something that's overdue. It's tied to a lesson. Having the strength to be vulnerable to recognize it. About unhappiness, and what does that mean? And how does that currently relate to you? Not in the past, current. Coming up over Leo season. We have some lessons here. Can you be strong enough to look at your Four of Cups and how it's affecting you? You're unhappy. Why? Where's it coming from? As you understand it. Are you strong enough, Capricorn, to look at this Ace of Swords as your particular truth? It's time we saw it, is more or less what the prompter here is. It's time we saw this. You can also use strength against you. I refuse to recognize my Four of Cups. That is absolutely an option. See, it's one of those cards that always assumes the positive. It has a con like anything else. So you can either use strength to reject that sense of calling and lesson, or you can use strength to open up towards it and say, this is my truth and it sucks. And it makes me feel vulnerable and I don't like that. Okay? What's going on? It doesn't have to be your overall life. No. Could be something very specific that's causing the source of unhappiness. Point is, you're going to feel the height of that particular truth soon. What does it mean to you? And the willingness to understand it, where it comes from, and therefore possibly do something about it. What's up? Six of Swords. Oh, Seven of Cups, the Ace of Wands. You've drifted away. Some of you have drifted away. Six of Swords. from being turned on by things, being excited, exploring options and avenues. Okay, so not too bad. I was a little nervous there. I was like, oh Lord, what is it? I just kind of wanted to get it out of the way. It's like, what is it? Oh no. It's actually not too bad, but then too bad is relative per person. Six of Swords, Seven of Cups, Ace of Wands. There's a simple truth here as it relates to your Ace of Wands, your sense of hope, passion, inspiration. That for some reason you've been turning your back on it, and that you have for a long time. I'm not saying that you go out of your way to make yourself unhappy, but you also haven't gone out of your way to explore that which could. I get it. Sometimes the Seven of Cups can be very unappealing. The sense of being open and exploring, sometimes that can really turn people off. There's still something in you, though, that's very specific, that would have you hope and feel inspired and passionate once more. Creative, maybe? You have to remember, Ace of Wands, the hope of all things, light of path. Fire is hope. Everything else is like a benefit. Passion, inspiration, creativity. Okay, ambition. Okay, one of your characteristics. You've drifted away from exploring possibly new avenues that relate to you, that could make you open and feel good and alive, not in big, huge leaps and bounds, but in small ways, measurable ways. You'll be seeing this for yourself soon. I hope that you embrace it, because it looks like a pretty simple lesson, and let me tell you, I'm not used to seeing simple lessons. I'm used to seeing whoppers. Ones that are super, super difficult for people to digest, and that's because it's really overdue. So it built up to such a point that it looks unmanageable. Yours is actually incredibly manageable. And I get this. I get this. I think I understand. Sometimes at Four of Cups, it can be so low level, but so persistent because it's a circle, Four of Cups is. You don't really notice it. And when you have that opportunity to explore new things, you have a momentary inflation, like, say, a Page of Wands of curiosity, and then you're like, that's stupid. That can wait. That's no big deal. And so when we put that stuff off, we think it's that, this, that, the other, or an object or whatever. We're putting that off. No. We're putting ourselves off. That interest is for you, not anyone else, for you. So when we put those little things off, not only do they build up, we kind of add that sense of disappointment. And we don't do this knowingly. If we did this knowingly, we wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But if I could summarize that, it's like when you put those things off that could interest you, engage you, give you a sense of hope, direction, creativity, passion, or insight, you're really putting yourself off. But we do it in small ways. It's not good timing. Or, you know what? This thing's going to happen on a Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Are you serious? I don't want to do that at Tuesday at 8 o'clock. That's not going anywhere. Or it's no big deal. It's one of those little things that could in some way lend it to you. A new pathway, a new interest, a new form of self-expression, love, interest, happiness. It might seem like a no big deal thing, but you've been doing this long enough that I think you started turning stuff away without being aware of it. And it kind of low-key puts you into this space of feeling ho-hum. Not overall. I don't think you're desperately unhappy. I think a little bit more decision-making in your favor could lift you up and maybe give you something new to work with. Let's take a look at that Ace of Wands, because you popped that out, and it's like, but it's no big deal, Christina. It would require me to open up and explore it, and I just... But it takes a toll, guys. It takes a toll. Remember, one of my key mottos around this channel, we all pay the bill at the end of the day for everything we do and everything we don't do. So make sure when you do something, it's because you mean it and you want it. And when you don't do it, same. You know? Let's see what that Ace of Wands is, please. Some of the Ace of Wands for Capricorn. With this new insight that looks like it's right around the corner from you, and your willingness to see it, adopt it, and do something about it, it could generate new activity in your Ace of Wands. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look. I mean, absolutely the aces can be related. They can cause a domino effect. Oh, you bet. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Let's see that Ace of Wands, please. Some of you have a sneaking suspicion of what I'm talking about. But you'll be able to see it more clearly for yourself soon. Let's say that Ace of Wands, show me that Ace of Wands, show me that Ace of Wands. You know, this brings to mind one of the things that I've been wanting to do for myself. I like to share. That way it can kind of ground the theory for folks. And it can be something small like I'm about to share with you, or it could be something bigger. It's up to you. But this actually put me in mind when I say the Six of Swords. And the boat specifically was a trigger to one of the things I've been meaning to open up and explore, because it might actually have a great deal of value to me, but I haven't opened up towards it yet. And that is kayaking. I told myself I was going to take up kayaking last year. I didn't. Because for one reason or another, it wasn't convenient, or it was too hot. And in Central Texas, that's a real complaint. But nonetheless, I didn't. For one reason or another. And now I had the same thought this year. And for one reason or another, I still haven't done it. Even though I honestly feel I could be excited by that, jazzed up by it. I could make it a whole new hobby. But then I fall back on, but it's not going anywhere. Kayaking's still going to be kayaking this year or next year. But it's on me to stop drifting away from those things that could be a point of interest to me. Sometimes, and I'm not a huge fan of the Seven of Cups either, honey. It's a willingness to be open, and usually it's like, I don't know how I feel about it one way or the other. But sometimes it's that willingness to try that can lead to other things. So take my kayaking example and apply it to you. Do you have an idea of what I'm talking about now? Here's the thing. There's a difference between you and me. The Capricorn I'm looking at, you have a tendency to do this. And you allowing yourself to do the opposite will generate more positive feeling. In other words, you stop putting yourself off. Okay? All right. Ace of Wands. Oh, death. Jeez Louise. Nine of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Man. Yeah, it's like you're saying that I want the energy too, Christina. I do. You're telling me you want the energy. You want the hope. You would. You would. Death, the Nine of Wands. You got to kill that sense of resistance. It's pretty straightforward so far. Why is there so much resistance there, and why do you need death to kill it? Knight of Pentacles. You're edging closer and closer to that Ace of Wands. Sometimes you get super close and then you pull it back. What is it that you've been putting off? You clearly have the time to put it off, but it's also clearly coming in as, but you're costing yourself. What is it? I got news for you. You'll figure it out, because that's pretty non-negotiable, and that's a good one too. This is where we see death in the positive position, like your card, death card, gets all this shit. No, this is great. I want that resistance to stop. When you stop resisting that Ace of Wands, you'll start making strides. What is this? What is this that you throw your guard up to, but you can feel it? And let me make this clear about the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. Do you know why he's wounded? Because he won't stop fighting the same fight, and he won't switch up tactics either. So he's exhausted. Exhausted doing the same thing, but not getting any different results. We gotta stop doing that. Okay? Stop putting yourself off. That's all I can really tell you right now. It'll pull you out of this kind of low-level funk for some of you. Let me push this further. Your Knight is here. He's trying to make progress. He wants to. When you finally pull down that barrier, you'll make some progress, honey. What's in the Ace of Wands? I'm so curious. I am so nosy right now. What is it? Page of Pentacles, little investment, Knight of Wands, energy, Queen of Swords. Man, there's something here you actually have a knowledge base for, and genuine enthusiasm, Knight of Wands. It goes back to your energy again. It goes back to your energy. If you allow yourself to do this, honey, you will start to get more positive energy. I know some of you are physically tired. I get that. I do. But what's adding to that sense of physical tiredness is that you have no emotional relief. You have no emotional relief because you keep putting yourself off. You see what I'm saying? Do you see how they're feeding to each other? You're on the verge of this Ace of Swords. You're on the verge of this Ace of Wands. Allow it to happen. Let those dominoes fall, honey. Let the cards fall. I know what you're going through. It's going through a circle trap, a repetition of behaviors. It's like, I physically don't have the energy for this. And it may not mean anything. So when you do that, you dip a little bit more into the Four of Cups, you perpetuate a little more, you put yourself off, and then you're losing time. So you get reignited by this idea of potentially trying, and then you back off and the whole thing starts all over again, I believe, with a little bit of investment. And I mean just a wee bit there with the Page of Pentacles, your page. A little bit investment in yourself specifically, and having made up your mind on the subject with the Queen of Swords, boom, out the door you go. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much. So allow yourself to do it. Put your guard down. You're only guarding between what you want and the reality of it. And what's the point of that? I don't know what this is to you. You weren't explicit. But if it means feeling better about yourself, give yourself permission. Whatever it is. I don't see you doing anything wild and crazy. You're not trying to take over the world. Okay? It's just, I would like to do this one thing that I honestly think would give me good feeling and drive and focus. But it's not crazy. Page of Pentacles. That's nothing. But to you, it could be everything. Again, it's not about other people. It's you. It's about you. Make yourself the center of your story here, because it indeed is your story. You stop blocking the energy, it becomes positive. Did you see that? We're going to go ahead and jump over to the Ace of Cups. Precipice of a new thought and action. Precipice of a strong feeling, the one that you've been denying yourself. A little bit of hope, a little bit of passion, a little bit of enthusiasm. I know it's vague. I can't pinpoint it and you didn't show me. But it seems to make a world of difference between blocking and opening up towards it. And that's what I want for you, is that world of difference. Anything that helps make your day-to-day life easier, happier, healthier, and puts you back in touch with you. Okay? Let's see that Ace of Cups. Show me that Ace of Cups. Show me that Ace of Cups. Let's see that Ace of Cups, please. Anything in there? Mm-hmm. Six of Swords, Six of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, are you indeed? Oh. Oh, this seems to be part of the Capricorn care package. Yeah. Six of Swords twice. One of your aces succeeding is dependent on the other. As you make progress in one, another one starts to open up, although I don't think you can see it yet. Six of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. We're talking harmonization with somebody. Some sort of soul bond here. Ten of Pentacles within your community, bare minimum. Your environment. As you turn around and do the opposite of what you have done, it points you in another direction. See, this is kind of like no wonder judgment's there. As I say, I don't understand why judgment's there for something that seems so small. Judgment tends to have larger lessons and implications, and I think this is where I'm seeing it. Do the opposite of what you have done, and it will lead you into other things you just didn't know about. Someone's in your heart that you don't know is there yet. You know. Someone who's a little bit more in sync with you. Some sort of soul bond energy. They may or may not be known to you. I don't know. Ten of Pentacles suggests familiar community and or environment, so they're within your proximity. It's not in the distance. So as you make progress for yourself, you literally find the time for yourself. It seems like such a small thing that has like a no big category attached to it. You start to feel better almost immediately. Some way. And then it puts you into another direction that has more to do with love, being in love specifically. It looks like right now you have no reason to believe that this Ace of Cups is true. Why would you? You're back here. So that's a predictive. As I say, I didn't understand why Judgment's there. And you see the implication of choosing the self in small, meaningful ways. Don't put yourself off. Otherwise, you incur unnecessary costs. You know? It has stability attached to it, or rather the potential of it. The potential to be in love. Okay? But more than that, there's a sense of prosperity and thriving in it, and around it. I'm not going to say it's overnight. Of course it's not going to be overnight. You got to start doing the darn thing. Do you have any idea how many stories I've ever heard in this lifetime? Well, if I hadn't done this that day, or if I had done something different, I wouldn't have met them. That's one of the best stories. And it's almost always based on this idea of because I did something different. Or something unusual occurred. Something to break up the patternization. Something to break up our norm and synchronize us with something that was correct. Happens all the time. I believe that's what I'm seeing here today. It goes back to your truth. I told you. Oh, Spirit's poking on you. Well, I'm not mad about it. You don't... Ace of Swords, the Empress, Empowered Self, Seven of Swords. You believe none of this is true. And that's why you haven't done it. That's no big deal. That you're empowered or that you're fine just the way you are. Then where's that Four of Cups coming from? I don't care how small it is. Your truth tying back to this. What do you mean I do that stupid thing? Let's say it is kayaking. Let's say I go out kayaking. You're saying it's going to lead to something. Yeah. Guys, what do I say all the time? No change plus no change equals no change. You do the same thing you've always done, you will get the same results. So if there's something in you that you wanted to try out, exercise, or just feel around it, do it. Give yourself that little bit of Page of Pentacles to invest in that thing. Not only will it give you a little bit of a pick-me-up personally, which is what I want for you anyway, it puts you into proximity to something else. So I know you're an Empress here and you think you don't need all that. This Ace of Swords, no big deal. Maybe you should. I just see you putting yourself off. And you think you're cool. You think there's not much to learn here, and none of this is much of a big deal. I understand that. I don't blame you. Maybe you've been around the block. Maybe you're well-to-do. Maybe you feel like you have all your needs met. Except for those emotional needs that you keep putting off. But other than that, right? Around this time, this kicks in. Sorry, around Leo season, I believe. Soon. I want you to take a feel around this thing, whatever it is, try it out. What's it going to cost you? What's it going to cost you? Some energy, some coin, a little bit of effort, a determination to show up. Keep doing that in little ways. See where it takes you. I mean, if you're that well-to-do, if you're that satisfied, or at least you believe you are, but not fully with the Seven of Swords, what's it going to cost you? A couple hours? Just to be clear, I see whatever that is, that person tied to your Six of Swords. Your willingness to leave something behind or to allow yourself to drift into it. Okay, let's do Ace of Pentacles, please. What else is going on for you? So, Almost here. Almost here. Could be. Could be. This one entirely, that sense of new love, is entirely dependent on these two. Saying it, acknowledging it, acting on it, allowing yourself to feel it, do it, invest in it. Again, you should be the focus here. Okay? You should be the focus here. And it begins with the self, as all things do. But if you're not convinced of this truth, this won't happen, I don't think. So get into a space where you make sure it happens. All right. Let's see the Ace of Pentacles, please. Let's see the Ace of Pentacles. Eight of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Swords. You're saying you don't really want too much to change about your work. You're not convinced. You're saying you're good. So that particular ace is a solid renewal. He's like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes my job has misgivings, Christina, but for the most part, it's fine. It's good. It's good. You're like, you don't know if you're going to sustain it forever. But you're saying for now it does the job. Literally, your job does the job in terms of your personal sense of security, your sense of expertise, how you make coin, you communicate, you take action, you're good. So you continue to, that's a renewal, that's a solid renewal. The Two of Swords has more to do with the longevity. Am I going to do this forever? We'll put that off. We're not going to think about that. You're saying for now, this is what counts. And you're killing that coin. You just keep at it. You just keep at it. The longevity thing, that'll get figured out in time. You don't seem to be fussed about it. You're like, for now, this is where I'm at. This is my jam. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, so you're very set on that level of security, coin, work, career, that kind of thing. Are you just like full-time en route with that, and that's why you don't give yourself much space to do anything else? You're like, I have to get up at 4. I do all this shit. You know, my spare time is, that's what I use my downtime to, could I say, because it looks so damn small. But it seems to have implication if you don't switch it up. Stop putting yourself off. Anything else, please, about that Ace of Pentacles? I see it. It's a flurry of activity that's constant. Well practiced. Constant. It never seems to end. I got it. But remember this. Your Eight of Pentacles is part of that 10. There's literally more to your foundation than the coin and that stability you put down. There's someone there that could potentially co-create with you. FYI. Okay. Anything else, please? So, like, I'm a pretty tidy Empress. I think... I'm going to refer you back to your Ace of Wands. Your energy shows me it wants to kind of kill this wall that you put up between yourself and anything else. Any other sort of activity that might personally do well for you. Okay? All right. Yeah, there's that Four of Cups again. King of Cups. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. 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 We have not put enough pentacle investment into ourselves. The heart space. What did we see there with the Four of Cups? There's something in you that's missing. You keep ignoring it. Again, not an accusation. It's just whatever it is. You seem like it's no big deal. And it's not going to affect you in the long term, right? Judgment's there for a reason, honey. They don't show up unless they be in business. So it goes back to that Four of Cups again once more. King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. This is an ace you don't know about. This is an ace you don't know about. And it's completely dependent upon your willingness to see your Ace of Swords and your Ace of Wands. I rest my case. You can go ahead and be mad at me. That's fine. I know you think you're an Empress. You got it all. And I'm sure that you do. I'm sure you're very busy. I'm sure you're very abundant. I'm sure you're very fruitful. But even you have misgivings about whether or not this is it. No, it's not. No, I'm not going to stop looking firm at you. You're like, I got it together. I got it all. I'm a comfortable Capricorn. I know what's up. Okay. Yeah, if that's true, then you need to know what's up with you and valuing your own sense of personal time for stuff that has nothing to do with work, foundation, or being empowered. Sometimes you just got to explore your interests once in a while. It can lead to other things. You have 2 aces here you don't know about at all. None. Going back to that dependent upon your knowledge base. Yeah. Okay. Do I want these things for you? Absolutely. That's why I'm giving you a hard time. I want you to want them too. Okay? A little bit of exploration go a long way, guys. There's an ace. You don't even know about that one yet. It can lead to a fully blasted open art space. You're like, well, I didn't see that one. I didn't see that investment coming. I was so busy up here rocking my coin and being tired. Oh no. The best shit is the stuff you don't see. Why do you think you're watching tarot? Oh, yeah. Smart ass. Me too. Capricorn's my midheaven. It's the only earth that I'm aware of that's in my birth chart. Not the houses, the birth chart. I get work focused too. I understand. I do get where it's coming from. Okay. All right. Yeah. First quarter moon in Leo, be humble. Yeah. I get it. When you have that little call to knowledge, Capricorn, want to acknowledge this, your reaction is going to be, I don't need it. I'm not neglecting myself. I have no more truths. I live my truth every day. Thank you. Again, entry point here, I'm saying it heavily marked as Leo season. Again, right around the corner. First quarter moon in Leo, be humble. Yeah, perhaps you don't know everything about yourself. Okay. That's very distinct death over that blockage from your sense of hope, inspiration, creativity, and or passion. Once more, leading you to other things. Yeah. Okay, assess the situation. Yep, we're on the same track here, ladies and gentlemen. Leo season backed up by Virgo season. Assess the situation. Yes. Give it that critical Capricorn eye. Because you're worth it, honey, not because you're not. Okay? Push through any insecurity. Ooh, first quarter moon in Cancer. What's up with that? Okay. Well, that kind of shut down. It had to come from somewhere. Something to think about for some of you. Okay. Capricorn, regardless, I hope this helped you. I'm glad I actually got to push back on you a little bit today. This was good. It's good. I don't get to do that with you too often. You know, typically with you guys, I just typically point out the obvious. I know I'm using that word quite a bit. Sorry, don't know why that happened. But yeah, I typically don't, because you guys are good about the obvious. Even if it's painful and persistent, you'll recognize it at some point. Capricorn usually does. Okay? Just not this one. So I got to push on you today. Yeah. I hope this helped you. Push or not, I hope it helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.